Have you watched the new Pop the Balloon or Find Love series on Netflix? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Are we giving it the thumbs up? Or are we going to pop the balloon on this remake of Pop the Balloon or Find Love? Hey y'all, what's up? It's your favorite journalist, Kaelyn Ryan, and I'm back again with another video. Welcome to my channel for all my new subscribers, and hello and thank you and shout out to my returning subscribers. I appreciate you guys. If you don't know who I am an entertainment journalist and I am obsessed with Jesus Christ, and that's just what it is. Feel free to check out any of my content that I've done prior to this, from day in the life vlogs to my commentary videos. I feel like we're in a little community. I am an entertainment journalist and I've done quite a few things. I've done some stuff on red carpets. I've done some stuff for press junkets, virtual interviews, things of that nature. And I'm currently working on a project right now. So I feel like myself and Arlette are sisters in the game. Okay, that's how I feel. So that's how I'm going to approach this whole thing, because I'm seeing myself through the lens of how her business is going. And I'm like, you know what, when my show takes off, be piloted and things like that, I'm learning and I'm watching, and I just want the best for my girl. I want the best for her. So we start this video off with being fans of Arlette and her husband. Okay, and ultimately I want them to win. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Before I get into how Pop the Balloon has been transforming before our eyes on Netflix, I want to give credit where credit is due and shout out the originators of the concept, the show, the premise, the hosts themselves, the producers themselves, the husband and wife duo. Let's get into a bit of who they are and their original concept before we jump into, This article reads, before Arlette and BM were making a wildly popular reality series about finding love, they were watching all of them. Quote, "We're big fans of 90 Day Fiancé and Married at First Sight. I got him into watching those shows with me. He finally stopped acting like he wasn't paying attention. He became so captivated by the format that he started brainstorming ways to perfect it. He invested $1,500 in camera equipment and got to work. Quote, I remember when I bought the camera, my wife asked, 'Why are you buying all this stuff?' But that investment would pay off in a big way. The result was Pop the Balloon or Find Love, a polished take on the viral social media trend that has taken the internet by storm. I got on TikTok and saw a clip of our show, but we weren't the ones that posted it, and then it kept happening. I didn't know people were paying that much attention." The couple acknowledges that they didn't pioneer the concept, but together they have elevated it. Working as executive producers, they've gone from life partners to creative partners too. "It's just easier when you know each other so well," he says. "We give each other signals and stuff like that. I think this is all much easier when you build that type of relationship creatively. We read each other's minds." Their shared talents have also contributed to the show's success. The husband has production experience, allowing him to create original music. "The introduction beat I made over 12 years ago," he says. "I held on to that and said to myself, this beat is going to be big one day." He encouraged her to host the show, a role in which she's truly blossomed. Quote, "I've never done any type of hosting of anything, so it was a new experience," she says. "Admitting this level of production was intimidating. It was a lot different because with my everyday content, I can, say anything or just be myself." Shout out to them again, a husband and wife duo who saw something and decided, you know what, we can do it our way. See what you're inspired by, but make it your own. And that's exactly what they did. And the show has been wildly successful. Whether people think that the show is tacky or an amazing way to find love, people are watching. Either way, this show has had its fair share of viral moments and even people finding their own form of 15 minutes of fame or stardom because they were contestants on the show. News dropped not too long ago that Pop the Balloon or Find Love was moving to none other than Netflix. Netflix is a huge streaming service, probably one of the top 3 out here. This seems like a victory, right? We should all be happy for Arlette, right? Ciao. I remember seeing this news break and feeling a bit and this has nothing to do with the host that is standing in her place as of right now, because I'm sure she's a class act, a great talent. a smart and witty comedian and has everything it takes to host a show. This has nothing to do with her. But when I saw that the host wasn't still Arlette, I felt very much detached from watching anything else. I'm not gonna lie. The new polished version of the popular YouTube show never looked to be very good, but is actually so much worse than expected. Diametrically opposed sentiments reign when watching Netflix new Pop the Balloon Live. On one hand, it's dope that the husband and wife team nabbed an unpublicized yet likely substantial bag when Netflix picked up the rights for its version of their Black famous YouTube show, Pop the Balloon or Find Love, which nets millions of views per episode. Small Black business come-ups are always the move. On the other hand, the first episode of Live, which aired Thursday evening, April 10th, is so irrepressibly awful. I won't know how to explain it to the aliens when they come. It was so terrible. The only reason I turned it back on after shutting it off after the first 12 minutes is to write this piece. The problems start with the celebrity host, Yvonne Orji, who is meant to bring her irreverent, virginal humor to the proceedings, but most of her jokes land like a fart in church. Lord. In contrast, Arlette is happy, allowing her contestants to deliver the personality on her Pop the Balloon, limiting her flair to a cute lil mic twirl and that shimmy she does when she lands a match. This report did not go easy on them at all. Did not go easy on them. So this is what's, guys, I guess today's April 11th. So if the show just aired in the past day or two, then this is fresh news. People aren't happy. I've seen like half a second of a clip and I said, no more. I'm not doing this. So for the first time, I'm going to watch live with you guys certain clips and people's reactions to Pop the Balloon on Netflix and see just how bad things actually are. Staying true to the show, Pop the Balloon or Find Love, I have my own balloons and I'm going to pop them at the slightest inconvenience. At any moment that I feel this is them forcing it, trying too hard, the production is weird. If at any moment I agree with the sentiments that people share in these reaction videos that I'm going to watch with you guys, these balloons are going to pop because they can't get away with this. They cannot keep getting away with this. So without further ado, let's watch together. I have my safety pin.
Why is everybody talking over themselves? Oh my god, it is a mess. Talking to. Oh my god. Even the crowd they are talking to. What the hell?
I'm sure you guys are curious why I popped this balloon. I think his name is Johnny Bananas. What I'm seeing that a trend is that they are using people that already have some level of social status, notoriety, experience, lived TV reality show moments already. He's from The Challenge and quite a few shows. He's more recently been seen on, I believe, like some type of villain TV show. And I don't know. He doesn't seem authentic. I don't feel as if he's here to find love. I feel like the people on Pop the Balloon or Find Love on YouTube may be there to promote themselves in some way, shape, or form, but they're everyday people. I feel like he has an ulterior motive and he plays a villain in every show that he's on. And for the girls to automatically have some type of issue towards him, then maybe he's playing that same character and we're not here for it. Are you here to find love or are you here to promote yourself? Because you've done that on a litany of other TV shows and that's just not what we're here for. But maybe we are on Netflix but not on YouTube. Arlette would not like this stand. This was moderate though. Let's see if it gets, let's see how it gets as we continue to watch. Okay,
I only made it 10 minutes through Netflix Pop the Balloon. This was very bad. Johnny Bananas as the first person to come out was diabolical. So the show I'm already familiar with. It's on YouTube, created and hosted by a Black woman who I know is the executive producer on this show. But the show immediately gentrified once it's on Netflix. Johnny Bananas comes out He's actively racist with his stereotypes that he's saying. He's disrespectful both to the women who are on the stage and to the host. Like, number one, I can't be the only person who's tired of seeing Johnny Bananas on all the shows. Number two, I just can't understand why he needed to be on this show. He's literally trying to take her place, direct the show. I'm just, like, shocked. Like, saying I'm black from the waist up is just... cut him off. Cut him off.
Good evening. Just a friendly reminder that we do not like Pop the Balloon on Netflix. I repeat, we do not like Pop the Balloon on Netflix. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Bye-bye now.
Here's the thing. I'm not interested in people who are allergic to charisma, handsomeness. Guys with
This is a disaster. Oh my God. What?
Did Netflix not learn their lesson? We do not do things live.
Okay, before this next video plays, just seeing the screen, the pause screen beside me, I'm already pissed off because why do you have your hair braided into a ponytail bun? And he is also notoriously known for being on a bunch of love shows, and like him or hate him, he's memorable in the way that he just is very unique. I don't know, I'll let you formulate your own opinion. Maybe he's a sweet guy in real life, but he's just not a guy that, he doesn't belong on this show. Or maybe he does, Netflix version of it like this. And what I hate, people may think that I'm like weird, but when there's too much contrived and forced joy in a room, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes my skin crawl. Why is everybody dancing and shimmying? Why is this feeling so like, I don't even want to press play. I don't want to press play. What is this, like, joy? We're living life. Like, no, you guys are ruining a concept. You're ruining a concept. And if I press play and they continue to just jam out as the outro music plays or as the credits roll, I'm gonna lose it because there's nothing to be happy about. I'm uncomfortable already. Okay, Lord Jesus.
This show was a no. Leave it to the original. Nobody asked for this. This was horrible. I'm gonna watch one more time.
What move was he doing with his leg at the end? Like, what are we dancing to? Ruining a legacy? What are we celebrating? What are you guys happy about? You guys obviously felt like this is going well, right? Okay.
So the Balloon Pop Show has made its way to Netflix, and all I can say about the first episode is, why is Johnny Bananas there?
I need you to rap.
Not rap.
You got bands, you can start with being honest. And I play hard too. In the game, ain't a rookie with the way I do it. Oh, hey. Okay.
Baby, and before we could even get into why this po child was singing, this is the Balloon Pop Show on Netflix that was translated over from YT to Netflix. And for some strange reason, which I cannot tell you, they had their first guest be Johnny Bananas. And Johnny Bananas has been one of those like mainstay millennial typecasted type of characters who literally show up on every single show. But he usually just shows up because he's goofy. But the fact that he was the first guest let me know the show was not serious.
I'm so perplexed about how Netflix really sat there and gentrified the fuck out of Pop the Balloon. And the icing on the cake is you have some white man telling a black woman, emphasis on black, that her toast looks like she sleeps from trees upside down. What?
10 minutes into watching a new Pop Balloon, and this is what they do. 10 minutes. We already been talking about gentrification. Now we got Lucy up here turning into the Miss Eminem. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? They done made a KidsBop version of Pop the Balloon. They more than gentrified. What was that?
No. This is corny. This is corny. I need a written letter, an apology forwarded to my direct address, apologizing for this mockery. Not the hands rubbed together and then the, oh brother, this guy stinks. Truly.
We did not need Pop the Balloon to become a Netflix series. I was highly disgusted and disappointed when I opened up Instagram and I saw that not only is Pop the Balloon going to Netflix, but that Yvonne Orji, most known for her role in Insecure, is going to be the new host. Now, some people are speculating that the original host, Arlette, sold the intellectual property to Netflix, which is why she will no longer be the host, and that's why they have Yvonne here. Y'all, I don't care. I don't think that this is a good move for Yvonne. Yvonne, if you wanted a job, you should have called Tyler Perry. I know that it is very difficult for Black actors and actresses to find work within Hollywood, but I don't think this is a good look for you. I just don't. The Black community is under attack between Don Julio and Popeyes, Pop the Balloon, all these different kind of podcasts, the music industry. Lord knows that's its own consortium of foolery.
I popped that balloon because I agree with her. When she agreed to not be the host, I feel like that's where they lost like 70% of their viewership. The rest of it, she's stating her case that the show itself may not be something that's a great addition to the Black community, that we need more expansive television concepts and things like that for our community to watch, indulge in, and be inspired by. And like I said at the beginning, some people think the show is a positive thing and some people think that the show is like not, you know what I mean? But regardless, there's a lot of good things that come from the show, but you can't control people. The concept of the show is you come on, state your case, and you may or may not find love. If you act a fool, become disrespectful, start to degrade people, or lie on camera and get found out later on, that's on you. But the format itself, created by her and her husband, there's nothing wrong with it. So I get her that she feels like it may be a setback to the community, but that's solely based off of how people decide to represent themselves. The concept itself is not bad. So I kept this balloon. But let's see more cringe stuff.
Wait, hold up. My cell phone breaking. Hold up.
From watching my channel, I think you'll recognize that I am not pro anything in particular. I am pro Jesus Christ. I am pro Jesus is King. I am pro accountability. I am pro Jesus is King. Back to that again. I'm not, just rooting for everybody just because I'm not a part of trends, and I don't follow a lot of movements. I go where the Bible leads me and where my spirit leads me. And if that's an unpopular opinion about something or something that people in the general public don't agree with at the time, I just make sure me and God are good and I move on. But I gotta agree, making it a black and white issue, I totally get it. I totally get it. It does feel whitewashed. Like, look at the cast. Primarily on Pop the Balloon or Find Love, there were people of color, brown, Black people. And I'm not saying that it has to stay totally designated to just our community or the community or whatever, but it makes people question that when something finally gets noticed or people are starting to pay attention to, why does it now have to be accompanied by the diluting of the Black people that were already there? You know what I mean? Like, praise God they didn't make it a white host, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that I think would have set people all the way off. They knew enough not to do that. They already didn't give us the host that we wanted, but she's still a Black woman. So it's like, okay. And again, I'm about who's qualified, not your color, your skin complexion. But to this argument specifically, yeah, Black hosts, you're already not going to give us who we want, so keep it Black. Okay, we got her. No problem. Kinda. No worries. But the cast itself is giving like a crossover episode of Love Island meets Are You the One meets The Bachelor meets Married at First Sight. And it's just like, that's not what the show is about. The show has been wildly popular and will continue to be because authentic people come on. And it just so happens to be Black people primarily who have gravitated to this show to find love. And I feel like that's how it should have been kept. If in the inner workings other people come on, different races, sure, absolutely. But it feels as if they're trying to show so much diversity. And I'm so over everything having to be inclusive and diverse at every time. Some things are just, you know, more catered to a certain demographic, and that's for anybody's race. I'm not for Black people just taking over spaces just because, you know what I mean? Like, if it makes sense, absolutely. But if it don't, then let's leave it to the whatever, fill in the blank. And they should have just left this to us. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Painful.
And let me tell you why I don't think Yvonne hit. Yvonne didn't hit because what makes Pop the Balloon such a hit is how docile Arlette is as a host. Arlette don't give you much feedback. Arlette don't even, like, when something's funny, she gonna turn away. I think watching Yvonne do it made me appreciate Arlette even more.
Unpopular opinion, I'm watching this new Netflix live Pop the Balloon. No, I need Arlette on here. No offense, Netflix, but y'all gentrified it. You gentrified it. Look at it. Who is this guy? No, you should have started with Black people, because that, I'm just telling you, like, he already ruined it. Why? Worst pilot episode. And then you're not walking up to him. I like the way Arlette does it. She walk up to him. The cameraman gets all the shoes and outfits.
Anybody who has actually watched the Pop the Balloon and Find Love show on YouTube actually knows that that's not how it's supposed to be at all. It almost feels like they were fishing for viral clips, because we all know that YouTube channel gets popular through the shorts or the clips that are being promoted through Reels. But this was just consistently them trying to be funny, making jokes. They had the Asian chick being super overcritical of everyone and everything. And then we had the Black lady who was quite literally being every single stereotype in the book. I knew that Pop the Balloon Netflix was going to be different, but I didn't know they were going to strip it of everything that made it what it was. At the core of what it is, it's still a dating show. People still ask actual genuine questions that you might want to ask somebody when you want to start seeing someone. And as funny as it is to see the men and the women there be silly, get finished and get embarrassed, some of the arguments and debates in the show are actually worth listening to. The Netflix version, however, it's got some holes that it needs to examine.
What the hell, what the hell on? What the hell Berry? What the hell Burton? What the hell Brian
James? They've corrupted it. They've corrupted it. They've corrupted it. They've corrupted Pop the Balloon. They've corrupted it. They've corrupted it. It's corrupted. It's gone Hollywood. It's gone rogue. Y'all, I'm watching the Pop the Balloon because it finally came to Netflix. Why the heck is Johnny Bananas on Pop the Balloon? That lets me know this is all fake. This is fake news, fake life. Why are you bringing celebrities on Pop the Balloon? Pop the Balloon was meant for regular folks to find love. We have Johnny Bananas on here. Are you serious? Y'all, I was literally like, it came out at 8 o'clock. It's 8:06. I had to turn it off. That's crazy to me. They've corrupted it. Arlette, take your show back into your hands, because, oh, no, ma'am.
Here are my final thoughts. Once again, I am absolutely happy for her and her husband. I feel like this can only feel like an amazing success, be it that they started from the ground up and now look at them. And some things take time. Maybe this first iteration of the show isn't it. I think we all know that, but it could get better. Or they could rebrand once again and bring back some true elements from the original series and find that their viewership goes up. Who knows? If I was the husband and wife, if I was Arlette, I'd feel equally honored and a little saddened by the reactions. Honored because people miss my face, they miss my presence, they miss what I brought to my show, they miss what we brought, me and my husband, to the show. So it feels good to be missed. It feels good to know that people aren't just in love with the concept, but they're in love with you and your execution. So I know that in a weird way, bittersweet, she's excited to see that. The shadow side of this would be that I'm sure that they've already been paid, contracts have been signed, but in order to ensure repeat checks and bags coming from Netflix, this show has to do numbers and it has to do well. And as of right now, it doesn't seem as if it will last very long. So I don't hope that it ends, because I feel like this is an additional source of income that they can use for whatever they desire, but it's not going to come without changes. People don't feel like it's authentic. Literally, they should have just moved the same everyday people from that studio to, but maybe they thought that keeping the authentic version on YouTube will allow for them to have a differentiation between that and this more quote unquote polished celebrity based Pop the Balloon. I don't know. I feel like the people on there are playing it like it's a gimmick. It's not entirely terrible that these people are of status and influencers or celebrities. Like, that shouldn't be them being, they shouldn't be penalized for that. Like, that's a good thing. They've worked hard to be noticed and to have these opportunities. But if they're going to come on and play it like it's just another opportunity to grab more followers and subscribers, then that's when people are feeling as if it's not authentic. Because you can grab a group of celebrities or influencers and you can find a more authentic batch that people will actually root behind and want to see their love story continue off camera. I'm wishing the couple the most success. And yeah, God's in control. God's in control. So it'll work out. But the way it is right now, it ain't gonna do. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts about this topic. Do you feel as if the show has lost its touch, or do you feel like this is headed in the right direction and people just need to give it time? Comment down below your thoughts. And again, never forget how much Jesus Christ absolutely loves you, how much he adores you, and how no sin is too great to separate you from the love of the Father. Just talk to him. Okay. I've been your favorite journalist, Kaelyn Ryan. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a new video soon.